Welcome to another What Is It Wednesday video. 12 years ago, I filmed this location for the very first time. 12 years later, I'm still perplexed why it was built, what it could have been used for. We're going to take another look at it today, see if we can find some more clues. If you want to check it out as well, all you need to do is come along with me for my latest What Is It Wednesday video. Before we do head inside, let's check around the outside a little bit, see what's going on here, which will tell some more clues about why it was originally built. So down here, there is a trough area and some stone-lined walls going down to right there. And that basically goes underneath the rail bed and spills out into the river. So we know water came through here, or water still does come through here. And although I don't have any doubts that this was built for water, the location of it and the construction of it does lead me to believe that possibly it was used for more than just channeling water. There's a small hunch that something else was going on here back in the day. On the ground here too, if you look, it's basically like a coal bed, little pieces of coal and ash. Some rock faces here. Obviously, there's different tiers and levels here. So we have the rails, ground level, the water passage, a level here where we enter, the stone rock face, and then a level on top. So although water can flow through it, people can also go through it. And although I had documented, this might be collapsed. Although I've documented dozens of culverts, this one is probably one of the most unique ones. And it may be no longer accessible. Well, the outside here, holding up incredibly well. This is all hand-laid stone. Some of it's mortared together. Oh, look at what's right in front of it here. Railroad spike. That may have been placed there, it maybe got washed down. I'm going to go ahead and investigate further up because I don't see any daylight, and there actually should be. Let me investigate before we go any further. Cave crickets are still calling this place home. Oh no, it's not plugged up. So as you could hopefully see, it's big enough for me to stand up in here, but it does get smaller as we go back. But this is a perplexing location. Before we go through, I just want you to pay attention to things I'm going to show you as far as construction, the different tiers, how it kind of funnels or narrows out, and where it brings us out to, which is on top of the next level, the next tier. Why would they have to build it like this? And where would the water be coming from as well? Things I don't have answers to right now, but let's keep exploring. All right, so as we make our way in here, you can see up on top some mortar there. Some of it's deteriorated away. There's some spiders. There's some, almost lost my step. Some crevices right up here, or crevasses as some people say. The bottom is basically bedrock. These are not placed here. That is a solid rock face that's sloping upwards, obviously, because water is going to flow down with gravity. And here you can see some bugs and some other critters buzzing around. That rock is dislodged. And the wall on the left-hand side is protruding outwards. So I remember that. I can't remember if it's farther out or not, or if it's still the same, but regardless, that's part of the fracturing that's kind of happening in here, where it's, see, if you look back at me right now, I'm kind of narrowed out here. My shoulders are touching side to side. Where back there, it was twice as wide. That's because this left-hand side here is protruding across. And then we need to figure out how we're going to make it up here. So, okay. So I remember this cavity here. I think it's pretty much the same as what I remember. Doesn't look really any worse, which is good. Oh, cave crickets right above me. So let's not stay here too long. Don't need them jumping down my shirt. And next thing you know, we are outside. Coming out of the birth canal. Whew. 12 years later, it's just as fun as I remember. Now, the top side, here's a look at it. And we're essentially on top of it right now. And as I extend you guys out, you'll be able to see that we are over that rock face. So it's right down there. So this area is unique. Now, there were a lot of thoughts and theories shared in the comments in my older videos. I think I did 2 videos here if I remember correctly. One actually went viral, getting over 100,000 views, and people thought everything from like a water flume to a mill area with a water wheel to a passageway for getting to different levels here for people. To this day, I still really don't know. Now up above behind it, although it's grown in a lot since then, it's coming down at an angle, but it does clear out and plateau up there. So we're going to get up there topside in just a moment, show you what that looks like. But where we're walking right now, though, is essentially almost like a road. It is completely flat, wide enough for a vehicle. And although going in that direction is heavily overgrown, I do remember something over here, a unique rock formation on the left-hand side. And I actually remember bringing Lily here when she was younger, and she crawled up inside of it. But certainly, this was flattened out by man. So I don't know for what reasons, obviously, but we know this area has been altered over time. I just need to find that rock formation. It's been a good while since I've been here, and that's a big spider web. And also you're seeing it completely different from previous visits with this camera, so hopefully you appreciate the view. Oh, here it is. So there is, I'm gonna extend you out a little bit further. There's a really neat rock cavity up here where if I bring the camera up inside of it, I can kind of pan around and show you what it's like. It's a big cavity cut out. Now typically you see these along stream or creek beds, river beds, where water has eroded it. But why would it be up here? That I don't have the answer to. It is pretty perplexing that that is cut away like that. And it's basically a big cavity that goes in a few feet. And it's along this, what I'm calling road up here, probably 50 to 60 feet away from where we protruded out of the hole, out of the birth canal. So I always found that fascinating. But without a doubt, we know this area has been worked and altered over at some point. I'm guessing probably back in the 1800s. That was a bit of a scramble to get up here. So we are essentially a good distance above the birth canal. It's the simplest way to call it. Behind me, maybe able to hear it, there's vehicles. That is the Pennsylvania Turnpike. So here's a couple thoughts. Obviously the water flows down in front of us here, heads right down to the opening of the canal, comes out through the main opening, and and then goes down the funnel under the tracks, discharges into the river. But we know, without a certainty of a doubt, that that was built before the turnpike. So wherever the water is coming from, well, I don't think the original source is here anymore. I think it was altered by the turnpike because there's a big embankment there. It's maybe 75, 80 yards behind me. So the water comes down now, it's probably just runoff from storm drains on the turnpike. Whatever the original source was that this was built for has either been removed or is hidden or buried. So that doesn't leave us a whole lot of answers or clues as to which direction to think or go with for the building of this structure. So all we could do is show you what's here in modern day. What we're walking down is down the path of the water. It's gullied out here. There's a nice open forest on both sides. Some gorgeous nature's carpet right there. Nice and soft. And then once we do come to the end of it up here, there's a little bit of a rock ledge, and then it comes down to the opening. So here's the first rock ledge right there. Comes over that. Another rock ledge right here. It comes over that. And then gravity takes it down from here. So as I make my way under this tree, the water would either go off where I am here or down to the left down here, which is where the opening of the canal is. The birth canal is basically right down through there. What are you doing over there on the other side of the tree? So, what do we know based on what we've seen today? Unfortunately, not a whole lot. The only thing we know is that water, to this day, flows through there. But this was built for more than just water control of rain runoff. Although I don't have any direction to go with, like I said, people did speculate a mill area, a water flue maybe at one time being channeling the water down to here. Before the turnpike was there, we don't know what existed. Could have been anything. There could have been a working site, could have been anything. And obviously we know it's big enough for people to go through, but that's not why it was built. At least I don't think so. But to me, now it's just a fun playground area, another human passageway, so to speak. So let me get back down through there. We'll come out the other end, take a final look, and see if we have any other maybe clues to pick up with as to what this could have been used for. Now, back into the birth canal I go. Usually it's a one-way only, but not today. There's the cave crickets. They've been here for as long as I've been coming here. You can see the elevation change here too. I'm just glad to see it hasn't gotten worse, but narrow squeeze, then we'd be back down by the main opening. This is easier coming up than coming down. Well, here we are, back out to daylight. This is definitely one heck of a location. Well, unfortunately, as of right now, I don't have more clues as to what this was used for. Only go off speculation. If you have other thoughts or theories, we'd love to hear them. I'm not going to rule out a mill. I'm not going to rule out some operation further up where the turnpike was or beyond it, where water is coming from. All we do know is that this was man-made. You can actually see some drill marks here. This was quarried out, mined out, probably on location nearby, and built to last. Easily 1800s construction, maybe even earlier. I also hope you enjoy the unique look and perspective of it with this 360 camera. Offers a lot of creativity for certain locations like this. But I figure this make for a great What Is It Wednesday video, updated revisit of what I called an abandoned cave, mysterious cave at that. So thanks for watching, thanks for coming along, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.